everyone, this is Sandy from the JCC. Today we are going to do an awesome cooking demonstration that you guys can easily follow and do yourself at home. We are going to make coconut macaroons. This recipe only requires a few ingredients and it's really fun. In order to make your coconut macaroons, you are going to need coconut, sugar, flour, vanilla extract, egg whites, and a little bit of salt. We're gonna get started. I have my bowl right here. We're gonna get started with our coconut. Make sure your coconut is sweetened. Otherwise, your macaroons will not be very sweet, and most of us want them to be delicious. All right, a whole 7-ounce bag should be just enough coconut for us. Next, we're going to do our sugar. 1/3 cup of sugar should be just enough to keep our macaroons delicious. We also need flour for this recipe, but only a little bit. We are going to need 2 tablespoons of flour. As you can see, I'm doing all of my dry ingredients first. So last, we are going to need salt. For the salt, we need 1/8 of a teaspoon, but I just go with a little bit. All right, I'm going to mix up my macaroons. All the dry ingredients mixed up all together. The more you stir, the more it's gonna get blended, and feel free to use your hands as long as they're clean. Awesome. Okay, our next ingredient is going to be egg whites. I purchased egg whites out of the carton, but you can also use a regular egg and just get the yolk out. We are gonna need 2 eggs worth of egg whites, which means 4 total tablespoons. One, 2, 3, 4. All right, and our final ingredient is going to be 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And that's mostly for flavor. Stir up those macaroons. You are gonna wanna stir these over and over again until they all get completely mushed together, because in order to get your macaroons into the proper shape and put them on your baking sheet, they need to be stuck together. If for some reason your macaroons are not sticking together like you need them to, add a little bit more egg white. These look really good. And next up, we are going to prepare our baking sheet. In order to prepare my oven, you are going to want to put the oven on 325, and these cookies will probably cook anywhere between 14 and 18 minutes, but you need to keep an eye on them. If they are getting golden brown, then they're ready. The key to having a perfect macaroon is to get your pan prepared. I like to use a thicker pan because that way the bottom of the cookies don't get burnt. You're gonna want to get your pan nice and greasy. If you put foil or you put some sort of butcher paper underneath, make sure that's getting greased up. I like to use regular butter. I put it in a paper towel and I go back and forth on the pan, making sure my butter's all over it. If you can see a spot that doesn't have butter, go over it again. The more the better, because then they won't stick to the pan. Nothing is worse than having perfect cookies and then you find out you can't get them off the pan. All right, my pan is all greased up, and now we are gonna get started with our macaroons. This recipe is supposed to make about 20 macaroons, so you wanna keep them on the smaller side. And again, you're using your hands, forming nice little blobs. And the great thing about macaroons is they do not expand like a chocolate chip or sugar cookie, so you can place them pretty close to each other. Once you're finished getting your pan all set, you're going to put them in the oven on the middle rack, and you're gonna give them about anywhere between 14 and 18 minutes to cook up. Make sure you keep an eye on them, and once you're finished, you'll pull them out, give them a chance to cool, and then it's time to decorate. I will get back to you guys shortly with the finished product. All right, our macaroons are all cooked. As you guys can see, they're perfect golden brown. After you have each one picked up off of the pan, you'll know they're ready to add the chocolate. I take semi-sweet chocolate chips and I microwave for 15 seconds. I take it out, I stir. I microwave again for 15 seconds, take it out and stir until the consistency is nice and runny. And then I use a fork to drizzle on each macaroon. Some people like a lot of chocolate, some people don't like any chocolate. You can really mix it up and decide what you want to do for each one. Maybe do half and half. And then sometimes I add other ingredients. I can put some sprinkles. I can put a little peanut butter on top. It's totally up to you. I'm going to zoom in and show you a few just so you have an example. And then you guys can get started creating your own. All right, you guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you all submit some nice pictures of your own coconut macaroons and enjoy creating. Bye.